Okay. Hi everyone. Okay. First of all, I'll introduce myself. I'll take and then we'll proceed with the subject, right? Okay. So my name is Rohit Grover. I'm a qualified chartered accountant. I'm a qualified CMA as well. So I'll be taking care of your paper number 17, cost and management audit, right? So let me tell you one thing. It is one of the very most important chapter and most important topic in your core. So why it is known as cost and management audit, we'll discuss everything. We'll have a huge portion to cover, right? So this is a brief introduction of mine. So I'm into the teaching profession since last 13 years and I have crossed more than 72,000 students in my teaching profession. So I'm taking care of both CA final audits as well as what CMA final audits, right? So as looking at the subject, we can see that our subject name is known as cost and management audit. First of all, it is a 100-mark subject which will be divided into your MCQs, filling the blanks, and all those things, along with the conceptual clarity questions. So today we'll keep it a very light session where I'll be making you introduce the conceptual clarity. What kind of clarity you need to have in this subject called cost and management audit. So how we are going to start is, first of all, we need to understand a very basic thing now. What is the difference between a CMA who gets qualified and a cost accountant gets qualified? Anybody in the class can tell me what is the meaning of a CMA and a cost accountant? So once you get qualified as a CMA and once you get qualified as a cost accountant, are these two people are the same people or two different people? What do you think? Two different people. Let me tell you one thing. Once you qualify your final final exam, you call yourself as a CMA qualified person. Am I correct? But after qualifying your final exams, once you will hold your membership number plus COP. What is COP, everyone? Certificate of practice. So you will be called as a cost accountant. But you will be called as a cost accountant, no longer a CMA. So what is the difference between being a CMA, being a cost accountant? Like I gave you my introduction. My name is CA Rohit Grover. I'm a qualified chartered accountant. What is the word I said? I'm a qualified chartered accountant. So when I'm using the word called chartered accountant, it means I'm a COP holder. I'm a which holder? COP. So after getting qualified as a CMA, you have two options. You can either go for a what? Service, that is employment, or you can go for a what? Practice. So I chose to go for a practice. So I held a what? COP, certificate of practice. So now when I publish my letterheads, when I publish my bill books, when I publish my visiting card, so I write my name as CA Rohit Grover in the bracket what? Chartered accountant. Likewise, it is applicable for CS also and it is applicable for CMA also. If you want to write the cost accountant below your name, what is the word? Cost accountant. So let's say for example, sir, what is your name? Hemant. So CMA Hemant, in the bracket, if he wants to write a what? Cost accountant. So in that case, he has to be a what holder? COP holder. He has to be a COP holder. Without holding a COP, Hemant will not be allowed to use the word called what? Cost accountant. But he can use the word what? CMA. That is the difference between being qualified as a what? CMA and being qualified as a what? Cost accountant. So when your convocation takes place after getting qualified, before the campus placement or after the campus placement, they ask you to hold membership number. For that you need to pay separately. For the COP you need to pay separately. Once you will pay for COP, you will be called as a ACMA, Associate Cost and Management Accountant. And once you will enter into 5 years of continuous practice, then after that you can call yourself as a FCMA, Fellow Cost and Management Accountant. What is the word? So when you hold a COP, you called a Associate CMA. And once you complete 5 years of practice being an associate CMA, you call yourself as a fellow cost and management accountant. And that too, you have to apply to the institute. Yes, sir, I have completed my 5 years of practice. Now please remove my name from ACMA and insert my name in what? FCM. Is it clear or not? So this is what do you mean by a cost accountant and a CMA. I hope I made myself very clear. Did you understand? This is a basic information we need at a which level? CMA final level. What is happening in our profession is we are coming from foundation, right? Foundation mein we were a bookworm. right? CMA inter maybe we were a bookworm, and CMA final maybe we are a bookworm. But you don't know the reality ki after becoming CMA, should you go for a job or should you go for a what? Practice. So that major difference itself, if we don't know as a CMA final student, then what's the point of starting a subject called what? Auditing. So the base of the subject called auditing starts with knowing a fact that what is the difference between being a CMA and a being a what? Cost account. I hope everything is clear now. So before starting anything, I always start my batch with, like, even if I'm taking a CA final audit batch or CMA final audit batch, first clarity what the student should have, whom do we call a CMA and whom do we call a cost accountant. Even in my nameplate at my home, I can use the word CA Rohit Grover, chartered accountant. But if someone who is doing a job, he cannot use the word called chartered accountant. Chartered accountant, cost accountant, and company secretary, they are known as designations. What do we call them as? Designation. Are you getting the point? If you want to use these designations, you mandatorily have to adopt what? If you are not having a COP, you can't enter into the practice. Now, sir, what is the difference between a normal CMA and cost certificate of practice holder? We understood. But is it something right to say that ki cost accountant can only do the audit, but CMA cannot do the audit? Answer is no. CMA and cost accountant both can do the audit. Are you getting the point? The only one difference which creates the COP is he has a signing authority. Which, what do you mean by signing authority? When the cost audit report under form number CRA 3 will be issued, so he'll be having a which authority? Signing authority. CMA will also do the audit, but he does not have a which authority? Signing authority. That is what creates a difference between a cost accountant and a CMA. So COP is giving you the signing authority to sign a which report? Audit report. See, both of them are qualified. Both of them are having the subjective knowledge. Both of them are having the 8 subjects knowledge. So there is no difference between them. One is able to sign, one is not able to sign. That is the major brief difference you should know before starting the subject called what? Cost and management. I hope introduction was well enough, right? So this is your paper number 17. The name of the paper is cost and management audit. Now, what do you mean by cost and management audit? Let's understand it in a detailed manner. Sir, today we are not going to add any to your portion. We are only going to make you aware about the portion first. Because until and unless we don't know the chapters, we don't know the structure of the subject, then whenever I'll start a new chapter, it will look like an alien to you. So let's not alienate the subject. Let's first understand the basics of the subject right from the beginning. Are you getting the point? Now, the name of the subject is known as, you can see that the name of the subject is cost and management audit. Now, our whole portion of the paper number 17 is divided into 4 parts. How many parts? 4 parts. So, what are the 4 parts we are divided into? We are having the first part called which audit? Cost audit. So, our first part is known as cost audit. So, what do we have in cost audit? In the cost audit, we have basically 8 chapters. How many chapters? 8 chapters, and it is going to come in your examination for 50 marks. How many marks? 50 marks it is going to come. So out of 100 marks of portion, 50 marks we are going to learn cost audit. Then the second part we have is known as management audit. What is the second part? Management audit. Management audit is going to come in your examination for how many marks? 25%. Are you getting it? 25 marks. So 50 plus 25 makes it to 75 marks. Then we have a third topic. The name of the topic is known as internal control. What is the name? Internal control. We have internal audit, operational audit, and other related issues, which is going to come in your examination for how many marks? 15 marks. So 75 plus 50, 15, 90. And 10 marks of recently added new topics are there. One is known as which audit? Forensic audit, and one is known as what? Anti-money laundering. So forensic audit and anti-money laundering is going to come for your examination. How many marks? 10 marks. So this is called your 50, 25, 15, 10. So comprising of how many marks? 100 marks of portion. So let's come back to the topic number 1 again. So what is our topic number 1? Is basics of which audit? Cost audit. So sir, what we are going to learn in this chapter? Basics of cost audit means what? If you are a practicing CMA, How you're going to cost audit? We do the cost audit as per section number 148. I hope you all must be remembering your CMA Interco audit part, in which we had a chapter called company audit. What is the name? Company audit mein we have done section number 139 to section number 148. But let me tell you one thing. When we do section number 139 to section number 148 in our chapter called company audit, 139 to 147 are the sections of statutory audit. Audit, everyone? Who does that? Practicing CA does that, not practicing CMA. First of all, though, we should have a clarity ki, sir, what these three professionals does. Practicing CA does the statutory audit of a company. What audit of a company? Statutory audit means financial statements audit. Complete financial statement, trading, PL&L, balance sheet, cash flow statement, notes to account, statement of changes in equity. They put together are known as FS. What is FS? Financial statement. To who does the audit of that financial statement? Practicing CA. So what does a practicing CS does? Practicing CS does secretarial audit. Which audit? Secretarial audit under section number 204. In the Companies Act, if you'll read the section number 204, that is a which audit? Secretarial audit. Who does that? Sir, practicing CS does that. So what is secretarial audit? Laws and compliances audit. What is the name of the audit? Laws and compliances means you must have done one chapter called general meeting, registers and returns, AGM, EGM, minutes, quorum, proxy, notices, resolutions, voting rights. Who takes care of all those things in the company? Practicing C. He does the audit of secretarial audit, whether the company is doing all these things properly or not. He does the audit of the laws and compliances. Sir, who we are? Practicing CMA. When he does the audit, he does a cost audit under section what? 148. So what do you mean by cost audit? Now, suppose Reliance Industries Limited is there. What is the name of the company? Reliance Industry. It's a petrochemical industry. What company? Petrochemical. So remember one thing. If you are in manufacturing, mining, if you are in assembling, production, processing, and extraction work, what are the 6 industries I wrote? Manufacturing, mining, production, processing, extraction, and which work? Assembling. Any one of activity you are doing and you are making the use of labor and raw material in your company. What are the 2 things you are using? Labor also you are using, as well as what? Raw material. So you have to start maintaining cost records in the company. What you have to start maintaining? Cost records in the company. If in the preceding financial year your turnover is greater than equals to how many crores? 35. Now please tell me which financial year is going on right now. Right now which financial year is going? 25, 26. So in the 25, 26, do I have to start maintaining cost records as a Reliance Industries Limited company or not? That depends upon my turnover in 24, 25. So what is the preceding financial year? 24, 25. 24, 25 ka what is the last date? 31st March 2025. How much my turnover should be? Greater than equals to 35 crores. So 25, 26 May I will start maintaining cost record. If my turnover in the preceding financial year is greater than equals to, so when the company will start maintaining the which records? Cost records. On the cost records, what we do the audit is known as cost audit. Are you getting the point? So what are these cost records? These are total 31 registers which company has to start maintaining. How many? Let me give you some example, like raw material register is there. You have, say for example, sales register is there, purchase register is there, installed capacity register is there, production register is there, raw material register is there, right? A finance cost register is there. Like that 31 registers in addition to normal books of accounts they have to prepare. But only which companies? If you are mining, manufacturing, production, processing, assembling, and extraction, and making use of raw material and labor, and preceding financial year may your turnover is greater than equals to 35 crores. So boss, you have to start maintaining which records? On that, what we do audit is known as cost audit. And only who can do that? Practicing CMA. So like practicing CA only can do the which audit? Statutory audit. Practicing CS only can do the which audit? Secretarial audit. Like practicing CMA only can do the which audit? Cost audit. No one interferes in each other's audit. Did you understand the point? This is called cost audit. So I hope you understood what is the first chapter we are going to learn. Basics of which audit? Cost audit. So where we'll understand everything about section number what? 148. Plus in this we'll understand what are the new roles and responsibilities of a practicing CMA and a CMA. What is the difference between both of them? One is holding a COP and one is not holding a COP. So what are the new doors have been opened? Like say for example, you can nowadays become independent director in a company as a CMA. You can now become a technical member in NCLT. What is NCLT? National Company Law Tribunal. So these are the new opportunities coming on the way of whom? CS and CMA. Did you understand the point? So that also the topic which has been added. So that is what the introduction of the first chapter called. Basics of which audit? Cost audit. Moving ahead, second chapter. What is the second chapter, sir? Cost records and audit rules. What is the name? So in this chapter, we will do 6 rules. We call them as CRA rules. What do we call them as? CRA rules. So what do you mean by 6 rules? Rule number 1 talks about applicability section. Rule number 1 talks about definitions. Rule number 2, short title, extent, commencement and definition. Rule number 3 is cost records. What is rule number 3? Just now I told you. Rule number 4 is what? Cost audit. What is rule number 3? Cost records. Rule number 4 is they both are separate. What do you mean by that? Just because you are maintaining the which records doesn't mean that cost audit is compulsory. For cost audit, there is a different turnover limit. But for the cost record, there is a different. Just now I told you turnover how much? That is for cost records, not for cost. That's why rule ka name, read it. What is the name of the rule? Cost records and what? Audit rule. So cost records have separate rules. Cost audit has separate. So in total, there are how many rules? 6 rules we have to do. In the next point, we will understand who is a what? That I already told you. The one who is a practicing CMA is known as only what? Cost auditor. Then, very important and very interesting 2 chapters. Chapter number 4, can you please read the name? Overview of cost accounting standards and GACAPs, generally accepted cost accounting principles. And the next chapter is cost auditing and what? Assurance standard. Now let me ask you a very simple thing to all of you. Please give me the answer if you know that answer. Otherwise, it's okay if you don't know. Please tell me what is the difference between FCA and FCMA. One is a like practicing chartered accountant and one is a what? Practicing cost accountant. Means I'm taking an example of fellow. Am I correct or no? Or ACA also you can. He's also COP holder and he's also what? COP holder. Now try to understand what I'm trying to convey. One practicing CA does what? He does a which audit, everyone? Statutory audit. And he does a what? Cost audit. Now, sir, what do you mean by statutory audit and cost audit? Statutory audit is an audit of FS. What is FS? Financial statement. And cost audit is an audit of cost records. An audit of which records? Cost record. Now the main point will come. Sir, what do you mean by FS? Listen. Management prepares what? Financial statement. Who prepares the financial statement? Management. When they prepare the financial statement, they use AS or Ind AS. Do you agree? Yes or no? It means AS and Ind AS is not auditor's responsibility. It is whose? Management. While preparing their what? Financials. When we do the audit of what? Financial statements, we follow SAs. What is SA? Standards on auditing. That is as a practicing CA. Same thing, when the company prepares, when the management prepares the which records? Cost records, they have to follow what? Cost accounting standards. What they have to follow? Cost accounting standards. But we are doing what? Audit. We are doing audit of cost records, so we will follow CAAS. What is CAAS? Cost Auditing and Assurance Standards. What is the full form? So remember one thing, there are 24 cost accounting standards. How many? 24 cost accounting standard. It means company has 24 standards to follow. We have how many standards to follow when we are doing the audit? Only 4. How many are there? So moral of the story is, now please tell me one thing very clearly. Did you understand one thing I told you? How many CRA rules are there? There are 6 CRA rules. Remember, these are the facts you have to remember. How many rules? 6 CRA rules. How many CRA registers are there? 31. Total how many? 31. We call it 30, but in reality there are what? 31. Then how many CAS are there? 24. How many cost accounting standards are there? 24. How many CAAS are there? These are 4. Are you getting the point? How many CRA forms are there? There are total 4 forms. I hope you remember CRA1, CRA2, CRA3, CRA4. So total how many forms? 4 forms. And how many industries are there on which cost audit takes place? Total 39. Total how many? There used to be 44 up to 2008. After 2008, government introduced only now 39 industries will get what? Cost audited. Out of which 39, 6 are regulated sector industries and 33 are what? Non-regulated sector industries. That will come to know in the section number 144. First of all, just repeat it for 2 times and understand this is what is our world is all about. This is the world of a what? Cost account. So cost accountant and the CMA's world surrounds around these 6 facts. Fact number 1, we have how many CRA rules? 6 rules. We have how many CRA registers? 31. We have how many cost accounting standards which we have to see whether the client is following or not? 24. How many cost and auditing and assurance standards we have to follow while doing the audit? 4. How many forms we have? 4. And how many industries we do the audit? 39. Out of which 6 are what? Registered regulated sector, and out of which 33 are what? SA stands for standards on auditing. Iswarya. SA stands for standards on auditing. That is what a practicing CA follows when he does a financial statement audit. Whereas when we do the cost audit, we follow cost auditing and assurance standard. Is it clear? I hope it is clear to you. Right, everyone? Okay. Now, so did you understand the point? So this is our world within which we have to operate. So we are very limited auditing people. Majority of the auditing field is occupied by a practicing CA, not by a practicing CMA. That's why if you see the figures of after getting qualified, 99% of the students go and opt what? Job over the practice. Let me give you one simple figure. Every 3 years, December May elections will be there. So when we go and do the voting for CA, there are almost 4,250 CA firms in Hyderabad. Evanji, how many? 4,250. But you know how many practicing CMA firms are there in Hyderabad? Only 12. Are you seeing the difference? That is 4,250 and this is what? 12. This is the difference between, the firms we have practicing of CA and practicing of CMA. Reason being very simple. Practicing CMAs are mostly restricted to cost audit only. Whereas for the CA who is in practice, there is a lot of opportunity. Are you getting the point? That is a major difference. But anyways, eventually things are changing. The last 4 or 5 years, the evolution has taken place. Now people are joining less CA courses and joining more what? CMA courses. Things are turning. Tables are turning now. You don't have to worry. That's why I already predicted and got myself qualified twice. So CA as well as what? CMA. So right now I'm holding a practicing certificate of CA. So moment when the CMA will be top notch in the market, I'll surrender with certificate. CA certificate and I'll opt for what? CMA. That is what the benefit of getting multi-qualification. You getting the point? But anyways, I hope you understood everyone. Shall we repeat it again? Now please tell me, what do you mean by CRA rules? How many are there? 6 are there. CRA forms? 4 are there. CAAS? 4 are there. CAS? 24 are there. How many industries? And how many, registers we have to maintain? 31. So this is what the total world within which we operate. Are you getting the point? So that is what is nothing but the purpose of your chapter number 4 and chapter number 5. Now, I hope you don't have any doubt in chapter number 4 and 5. So 4 mein what we are going to learn? Cost accounting standards. And 5 mein what we are going to learn? Cost auditing and assurance standards. I hope everything is clear. Now see, what is the next topic? The next topic is cost audit program. Very interesting topic. Now understand it very carefully. Now you must have seen the word called program. Do you know the idea about the word called program? What do you mean by the word called program? Let me give you a very simple meaning of the word called what? Program. Now see, when we get appointed as a cost auditor for some company, first we do planning. What is the first thing we do? Planning. Without knowing the client, you should never start your audit. It's like acquiring the knowledge on whose business? Client's business. Acquiring the knowledge on whose business? Client's business. Acquiring the knowledge on whose business, everyone? Client's business. So bolte planning. That is called audit planning. Am I correct? Once audit planning is over, right or not, we do our strategy. Now let's say, for example, is Reliance a big entity or a small entity? It's a big entity. So do I need a smaller team or bigger team? So it means that is called strategy. So first we did audit planning, and then we did what? Audit strategy. So we did audit planning, acquiring the knowledge on whose business? Client's business. And then we did what? Audit strategy, building our team. Once planning is over and once what? Strategy is over, sometimes your planning and strategy for the big entities goes so high that it will be not possible for you to keep your planning and strategy in your head. What do? We put our planning and strategy on a piece of paper, and that is known as cost audit program. Now, let me ask you one. Is Reliance? Thank you so much, SNR. You got the exemption. Great, great, great. Hello. Great. Okay. So what I'm saying that if you'll do the planning and strategy, sometimes it is so heavy planning and so heavy strategy. Let's say, for example, I have created a team. You will take care of cost records. You will take care of production. You will take care of labor records. You will take care of sales. You will take care of purchase. Now, how can I keep that many things in my mind? Whom I have allocated what work? So we do what? We put our planning and strategy on a piece of paper. That is known as what? Program. So simple logic. The documented version. Which version? Written version of your planning and audit strategy is known as what? Audit program. Simple concept. But most of the students don't understand what is the actual meaning of the word called what? Program. This is the actual meaning of the word called what? Cost audit program. Did you understand the concept? 100% clarity. Now let me make it more clear to you. Okay. Suppose if right now I'll tell you, go to a D-Mart and buy 5 kgs of atta, 5 kgs of rice and 2 liters of oil. What are the items? 3. Can you keep that in mind? Tell me. 5 kgs of atta, 5 kgs of rice and 2 liters of oil. My correct hai nahi hai? Now, if I'll tell you, go to the D-Mart and buy monthly groceries, which you generally buy. Can you keep 80 items in your mind? What do? Prepare a list. On the list, what do you write? This thing, you take a trolley as and when you pass the what shelf, what do you put? You put a tick mark or not? What is the meaning of tick mark? This item is taken or not taken, so that you will not report. What is AUIDT? All you do is tick only. Audit का full form क्या है sir? What is a AUDIT? All you do is tick only. We also do like this. We have a program in my pocket. I went to whose place? Client's place. As and when I check the items, I'll put a tick mark. And once my total program will be over, what does that mean? Audit program is over. Audit is over. This is what do you mean by audit program. Now, once we did our audit, do we have a lot of invoices lying on my table or not? Now, lot of invoices lying on my table, so table is looking very nasty. Are you in? What will I do? I'll take one file and I'll put all these papers. I will assemble these papers, put a stamp, punching, and put it in a file or not. When we put after the completion of audit, when we assemble our evidences, planning, strategies, program in a file, that is known as your next topic. What is the name of the topic? Audit documentation. What do we call it as? Audit doc. And then we'll follow some audit process and we'll do what? Execution. I hope you are able to connect the topic now. So this is how we do the audit. And finally, once our audit will be over, who wants what from us? Client wants cost audit report. So we will take form number CRA3. What is the form number? And how many forms I told you? 4 forms, out of which CRA3 is a which form? Cost audit. That also we have in our portion. I'll show you how the cost audit form looks. This is what our 50 marks a portion called what? Cost audit. I hope everything is sorted. So we are going to start with the basics of cost audit. We'll move ahead with what? And we'll understand what? Cost auditor. Basically, we will do professional ethics topic here. Is the name of the topic? Professional ethics. Am I correct? We'll do the professional ethics topic here. Then we'll understand what do you mean by cost accounting standards. Then we'll understand what do you mean by cost auditing and assurance. How many are what? Cost accounting standards are 24. Cost auditing standards are, but we don't call cost auditing because otherwise it will be CAS confusion. CAS, auditing and assurance standards. Am I correct? And next one is what? Cost audit program. Next one is cost audit documentation, process and execution. And finally, we'll prepare our report. Our cost audit will be over. Now, next thing. So, what is the next thing? Management audit. What is the next thing, everyone? Management audit. Ab management audit kya hota hai? Listen to this very carefully. Now, internal audit, you know. Do you have an idea of internal audit? What is the difference between internal audit and external audit? Try to give me an idea. Anything you have an idea. Even if it is wrong answer, it's fine. But I need an answer. It should be an interactive session. Correct hai na, Hemant sir? Tell me, Amma, what do you mean by internal audit? Any answer? Yes. When the management hires a what? Person. When the management hires a person to do an audit, that audit is known as internal audit. So he is the one who is going to be there in the entity throughout the year. Are you getting the point? He's going to be in the entity throughout the year. He's a 365 days auditor of the company. So he's a puppet of whom? Company. So he's listening to whom? Management. Appointed by whom? Management. Remunerated by whom? Management. One another person is known as which auditor? External auditor. External auditor is the one who comes once what is over? Financial year is over. He enters and he stays there for 10-15 days. He will complete his audit and will go audit report. So he's an external auditor and he's a what? My question is very simple. Who knows so much about the client? External or internal? Internal. Because he's 365 days with the client. So he knows the better SWOT of the client or not? Strength, weaknesses, opportunities and threat. So who uses whose work? External auditor uses the work of what? Internal. Right? Now, sir, why I'm using the word internal audit while telling the concept of what? Management audit. Management audit is actually one of the branch of which audit? Internal audit. What the management tells to its auditor, internal auditor, go and do the audit of my management. And let me know in my management who is inefficient management and who is efficient management so that we can replace the inefficient management with what? Efficient. Let's take a simple example. Sundar Pichai. Who is Sundar Pichai, sir? Everyone, please tell me. Sundar Pichai is the what? CEO of the Google or not? Am I correct? Now, company is paying him 1500 crores of salary. How many crores? Do they want a good amount of work from him or not? Amma, I'm paying you 1500 crores. So definitely I would like to have a best work from you. But let's say, for example, when we did the audit, yes or no? When we did the audit of Sundar Pichai, when we did the audit on management of Sundar Pichai, we came to know that he is not an efficient person who deserves what? 1500 crore. We have someone in the outside who deserves better than what? Sundar Pichai. So he's a deficient person and outside is an efficient person. So we'll replace inefficiency with what? Efficiency. But who told the top level management that Sundar Pichai is inefficient? Management. So management auditor known as audit of management. There is one younger brother of management audit that is called, see this word, operational audit. Which audit? This is audit for management. What is management audit? Audit of management. What is operational audit? Audit for management. Did you understand the difference or not? Repeat after me. What is management audit? Audit of management. Management के ऊपर जो audit होता है. What is operational audit? Audit for management. I hope everything is crystal clear or not. That is what the difference. Yeah. Internal auditor is basically going to do the management audit as well as what? Operational audit. Correct? Correct. Yeah. So both operational audit and management audit are the branch of what? Internal audit. So internal auditor does the internal audit, but sometimes management tells him to go and do which audit? But CMAs are becoming very popular in this audit. Reason being very simple, क्योंकि management audit में we basically see the costing elements. Which elements? Cost. And who is the perfect person to see the costing elements? Is a CA, CS or CMA? CMA. So that is what we'll understand basics of what? Management audit. What do you mean by management audit? What do you mean by management audit documentation? What do you mean by management audit checklist? What do you mean by management audit opinion? What do you mean by management audit report? Different types of some 10 to 20 topics are there in management audit basics only. Basics only will take almost 1 week for us to understand. Next point, management reporting and issue analysis. This is completely a practical chapter. So where practical questions will come. Now, let me tell you one thing. Minimum 15 to 20 marks of practicals are going to be the part of your examination. Earlier, it is used to be vice versa. 60, 70 marks of practicals used to come, 40 marks of theory used to come. But now it is 15 to 20 marks of practicals come, 80 marks of theory is coming. So there are total 3 chapters where we have to do the practicals. This one is also practical chapter, little bit, chapter number 2. And chapter number 4, also some cost accounting standard practicals are there. This is purely practical chapter, chapter number 2. What is the name of the chapter? Read. Management reporting issues and what? Analysis. So when we did the management audit, we reported some issues and we are going to do the analysis whether those issues can be resolved or not. As a which auditor? Management audit. Next point is what? Management audit in which functions? Different functions. Now, client has told me, Rohit, go and do management audit of sales function. Which function? We are finding some problem in which area? Sales area. Go and do the audit of production function. Go and do the audit of logistic function. Go and do the audit of marketing function, finance function. So management audit in now different functions. Sales management function, purchase management function. So different. That's why the topic name is management audit in different functions. I hope you are understanding everything clearly. Next point is, sir, what do you mean by corporate image? Now, please tell me one thing. Let's say, for example, you're sitting right now in a campus place and I am 2 companies. I'm offering you as a Reliance 20 lakhs of package and I'm offering you as a, what do you say, Tata a 20 lakhs of package. So 20 lakhs of package I'm giving you as a Reliance, 20 lakhs of package I'm giving you as a Tata company. Which one you would like to join? Reason? Trust. Image, corporate image, brand image. Can anybody tell me what is the difference between Reliance and Tata's? Reliance is a businessman oriented company. It's a business company. Wherever profits are there, they will do the business. No profits, no business. Simple. Master servant relationship. Whereas Tata's is an industrialist. They're not businessmen. They think for a country first and then they will do the what? Business. Like you can see that there is not even a single business in India where Tata is not there. Airways mein Tata hai, Air Asia, Air Vistara, Air India, Starbucks, Coffee Tata, Tanish, Titan, Fast Track, everything belongs to what? Tata's. They are industrialist. Reliance is not everywhere. Reliance is a business oriented company. Both are successful. I'm not saying one is wrong, one is right. Both are successful. But corporate image, who's better? Tata's. Most loyal company, because we all loved late Sir Ratan Tata sir. Am I correct or not? He passed away in the 2024 November mein. It was a very unfortunate event. Am I correct? So we all love him, but only because his whole family has done a lot for the what? Nation. I hope you know, might be knowing that Air India was never ever the part of government of India. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, when he became the Prime Minister after independence, GRD Ratan Tata's grandfather gifted Air India to Government of India. Then Government of India took 70 years. They never were able to convert the profit loss making Air India into what? Profit making. Then in 2023, he again bid in and took what? Air India back. Ratan Tata sir. This is actually the history. Are you getting them? Indian government never had their own airlines except it is gifted by what? Tata family. So they believe in country. So that is called corporate image. So people love to, like, say for example, what is the first brand of chocolate comes to your mind when I say word chocolate? Cadbury's. Brand image, corporate image. Are you getting the point? So every entity is having its own corporate image. We'll understand how to evaluate the corporate image of that. Very important chapter is the very next chapter. The name of the chapter is known as what? Information system and security audit. Are you getting the point? Now, what do you mean by information system and security audit? Try to understand one thing very clearly. Information system security audit means, let's start it. इसे ISSA audit बोलते हैं. Now, I will suggest you, the moment you get qualified as a CMA, once you will get qualified as a CMA, don't forget to do one course called DESA, Diploma in Information System Audit. Let me make it very clear. Either you are choosing a job or you are choosing a what? Practice. In repeating, either you are choosing a job or you are choosing a practice. Nowhere you will get a job and no client will give you the audit until and unless you are not a what? DESA. Everyone is going automated. Everyone is going digital. Everyone is using accounting softwares to do a business. Look at this. In our teaching also we are using what? Software. Now online class is also going on. Offline class is also going on with you people. And these will be converted into Google Drive classes and will be sold separately as well. Are you getting it? Even a tiffin shop wala, sir, do rondu bhaji, I don't know Telugu actually. So bhaji plate kavali, this and that kavali. He simply just touches the keyboard and gives you the slip or not. Even a simple tiffin shop person is also going automated. Amazon, Flipkart, all these businesses are what? Digital. Today we are selling our classes also what? Online. Everything is digital. So until unless you are not a good information system auditor, you can't survive either in job or in what? Practice. So what is DESA? Diploma in Information Audit. Why I'm telling you? This is what is the future. Tomorrow, if I'll say that World War I has happened with weapons, World War II has happened with weapons, but if the World War III will happen, it will be a data war. Which war? Please tell me one thing. You are using an app, you are using Apple phone or Samsung. Whenever you download an app, do you keep on pressing allow, 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 allow? It means you're giving the access of your data to the app holder. He's selling your data to someone else. That's why we get the spam calls, phishing calls. Are you understanding my point? Now in the iPhone, you have one feature called ask app not to track. Am I correct or not? So when you press that point, your no data will be shared to the app owner. Now what is happening? Let's take a very simple example. Banks. Please tell me today where we keep our money? Banks. Do we get internet banking? So whether the bank officials have each and every inch of information of their customer or not? What if the bank software will get hacked? All the customers' accounts information will get what? Compromised. Is it going to be compromised or not? And if that will be compromised, what will happen? If that will be compromised, what will happen is everyone's account will be null and void. The hackers will take away the full money or not? So it is whose responsibility to protect your data? Bankers. But whether the bankers are protecting the data properly or not, the audit कौन करेगा? Cost audit. And what is the name of the audit? We will do the audit of their information system and security audit. Are they able to secure your data or not? Same is example, Amazon. Let's take a second example, Amazon. Please tell me, in the Amazon, when you do a transaction, sir, is your debit card and credit card details are already there in the Amazon or not? First time you enter, second time they save it or not? You just need 23 digits of what? CVV. When you enter the 3 digits of CVV, what will happen? Automatically a transaction will happen. It means your debit card, credit card, CVV details, everything is there with whom? Amazon. But have you ever got frauded by Amazon? Whether without your permission any transaction has been done in Amazon? No. It means they are protecting your data. That is called data integrity. What do we call it? Customers' data is their top priority. It means whether Amazon is having good controls or not, good security system or not, on that ISSA audit will take place. Information System Security Audit. It clearly understood? 100% clarity, sir. Right? So that is what ISSA. Very brand new topic, very beautiful topic. RBI का topic है. So we have to learn how to do ISSA audit in a which sector? Banking sector. So this bringing an end to your 75 marks of discussion. How many marks? I hope you understood. This is what 75 marks are going to give you. Next point. Moving to the third section. Read the third section, please. Internal control, internal audit, operational audit, and what? Other related issues. Sir, what do you mean by this? Now, understand one thing. Now, let's say, for example, this. Okay, let me give you the right away example. Is the class getting recorded? And at the same point of time, this class is getting what? Streamed on YouTube as well. Are you getting the point? Now, do you know that outside our sir is sitting over there, Bhaskar sir is there, other one people are there. They're watching my content right now. They're watching my delivery right now. What they're keeping? They're keeping an eye on me. Am I taking a class properly or not? What is the purpose of cameras in a bank? Security. Are you getting the point or not? Whatever prevents frauds and error, whatever detects frauds and error, whatever corrects frauds and error, we call it as IC, internal control system. Camera is a which control? Try to tell me. Preventive, nahi, detective control. So which control? Now, if a theft will come happen, amma, but the camera will come down, ha, chappandi. Camera can only what? Detect. Security guard outside the ATM with a gun, preventive control. It's a which control? Let's say, for example, they killed a security guard, they broken all the cameras and took the ATM. Am I correct? Now, alarm and police is coming. What is police? Corrective control. So, which control? So, every company has three types of control. One is preventive, one is detective, and one is what? Corrective. Are you getting the point? So, this is what we have to check. We have to check the which system of the company. Is my client's internal control system is efficient and effective or not? Who is going to check it? This person. Who is the person? Internal audit. So what is the work of internal auditor? He goes to the client's place 365 days. He's watching the client's which system? Internal control system. Ki are my client's internal control system properly working or not? That is what the work of a which auditor? Internal. And during that, he sometimes does management audit also as well as what? Operational. So what is audit of management? Management audit. What is audit for management? Operation. That's what the name of the next topic is. What is the name? Operational audit. Are you getting the point? Now see, what do you mean by operational audit? Understand one thing. Now, when we did the audit of management, where did we go? We did the audit of Sundar Pichai, KMPs of the company, management of the company to remove the deficient people with what? Efficient. Did you understand the concept of management audit? Operational audit is what? We are doing the audit of factory now. Tell me please, where the operations of the companies run? In a factory only, na? Major operations runs where? So operational audit will happen where? Factory. Operations, operational. Am I correct or not? Now, when we go to the factory, who sent me to the factory? Management. So I'm doing audit of management or audit for management. Do you understand the logic now? So management sent me, I'm doing the audit for management. What I'm factory mein I'm checking their operations. Are the operations able to achieve triple E or not? Are the operations able to achieve economy? What is the first word? Efficiency. Third word, effectiveness. Please tell me one thing. What do you mean by economy? Suppose you are a factory owner, sir. These two are supplier, Hemant and Rohit. Rohit hai aapka naam bhi. So Rohit and Hemant are what? Suppliers. So he's supplying you, both are supplying you the same quality product. One is supplying you at 750 per kg, one is supplying you at 950 per kg. Whom you would like to place the order? This is called economical decision. But you place the order with 950 because he promised that the 200 what he is getting extra, 100 will be shared. Am I correct or no? And you are a which manager? Purchase manager. So I as an internal auditor is going to watch you. Are you taking economical decisions or this is called which audit? Operational audit. Acha, what is the next one audit? Efficiency. Now, what happened? You needed 7 tons of cement. How much cement? But you ordered 12 tons of cement. Did you order less or more? Now, please tell me, did you require it or it is overly overstocking? So your working capital is blocked. And at the same point of time, if the rain will happen and the cement will lie on the floor for a longer period, it will be wasted or not. It means you have made a misuse of resource called efficiency. What is second word? What is the third one? And this raw material, you will be able to complete the project within how many months? 6 months. But you are taking 12 months to complete. Are you effective in completing your projects on time? The internal auditor is basically checking. He's checking, are you taking economical decisions in the factory or not? Second, are you making the best use of resources or not? Third, are you making effective use of resources? Operational audit is all about triple E of resources. Economical decisions while acquiring the resources, efficiency while using the resources, effectiveness while completing the projects. And did you get the point? Now, this is called which audit? Operational audit, right? And last but not the least, I hope you remember one chapter in your intermediate. What is this chapter? If you remember, you had one chapter, audit of different entities. Club audit, school audit, hospital, cinema hall, cooperative society, bank audit, government audit. Same chapter as it is we have in what? CMA Finance. What is the name of the chapter only? Audit of what? Different service organization. I hope everything is clear. Next point. Now, this is going to give you 15 marks. So, total 90 marks of discussions we are done. Right? What is the last two? Forensic audit and money laundering. Now, listen to this point very carefully. Hot piece of cake right now in the market is these. If you really want to make your career after getting qualified as a CM, don't go into the traditional approach of practice like statutory cost and all. They will give you chiller amount. These are the two new things which are happening in the become a forensic auditor. Sir, how to become a forensic auditor? There is a special dedicated course by Government of India. You can do that course. It is 2 years course after getting qualified, and you have to go to a NIA training, National Investigation Agency. You will work with the CBI people, CID people, ACP Pradyuman, कुछ गड़बड़ है वाला scene. Daya and all. So you will work with those kind of people, and your job is not to catch the murderer. Your job is to catch the financial criminal. Which criminal? The one who did the scam and scandal in the company. Basically, we are the forensic people of scams and scandals. Let's say, for example, CID we all have seen. In the CID, what happens? Once after the murder has happened, there is one person, na, ACP Pradyuman, along with that short-haired guy who wears the gloves and goes and picks up the hair, picks up the blood stain samples, go to the lab and does some testing and all. We are also going to do the same, but obviously not with the lab. We are the forensic auditors. Which auditors? So basically, there are two things. Try to understand now. There are two things. If the company believes that there are some red flags in the company. Have you heard of this word, red flags? Red flags mean early sign of frauds and errors. Matlab, scam and scandal has not yet happened, but if they will ignore these red flags, it may happen. So they want to appoint a which auditor? Forensic auditor. Sir, please come and identify those red flags and let us know who is the red flag in our company. We'll throw him out so that we can prevent ourselves from scam and scandal. Second thing is, already scam and scandal has taken place. Matlab, financial fraud has already taken place, like Satyam scam. Which scam? After scam and scandal, now government wants to know who is the fraudster, what was the scheme of fraud, what was the amount of fraud, and what was the parties involved in that fraud. Who wants to know that? Government. So that we can punish the fraudster, we can understand his scheme of fraud, what was the amount involved, and who was the parties involved. And finally, you will go to a court. You, forensic auditor, will go to a court and will become expert witness. What do you become? So you will explain to the court, because who knows better about financials? A police person or a CA, CMA? We do the forensic. And we go to the court and become a what? Witness. So this is how the fraud has happened. He is the fraudster. This is what the amount involved. The other parties. So forensic audit comes in two packages. One is preventive forensic audit and one is corrective forensic audit. What do you mean by preventive? when the red flags are there. So you will identify the red flags, bring it to the notice of whom? Management. So that is which one? Preventive. And once already scam has happened, that is which one? That's it. That is called forensic audit. So we will learn what forensic audit is all about. Whom do we call forensic certified professionals? FCPs bolte hain. Right or not? There are some forensic audit standards also. Forensic audit ethics also. It's very similar to audit. Only difference is in normal audit we use audit and accounting skills. यहाँ पे we use audit plus accounting plus investigation mentality. What is the additional thing? Generally we auditing में we follow questioning mind. Which mind? Here we'll start with the investigating mind. It is kind of investigating. So we'll use auditing skills, accounting skills plus investigation. I hope everything is sorted. 100% clarity. Followed by last topic, which is another 5 marks topic, which is known as what? Anti-money laundering. I hope if you are done with the law, you might be aware of that. What is anti-money laundering? PMLA Act is there in India. Do you know PMLA? Prevention of Money Laundering Act. What is the purpose of this act? The very purpose of this act is those who are holding the black money, black money, they should be caught by ED. ED means Enforcement Directorate. You have not gone through the law classes? So have you gone through the law classes? None of you? You have gone through. So you might be having an idea of PMLA Act. What do we do in PMLA Act, Amma? Basically? Yes, correct, Akash. It is 2002. Very good. What do we do? Yes, those who try to convert black money into what? White money. By doing what? First thing they do what? Placement. Then they do what? Layering. And then they do integration. What do you mean by that? They say you have a lot of black money, cash. So you may go to one donation or trust and you can pay them a what? Cash. They will give you what? Check after deducting the commission. So that's how you convert your black money into a white money. Sir, what is the purpose here? Now let's say, for example, let me give you a very simple example. You are a CMA qualified person, correct? Now being a CMA qualified person, what happened? You got a campus placement. Now once you got a campus placement, okay. So let me tell you orally. Once you got a campus placement, what is the purpose is? In the campus placement, suppose you got a 13 lakhs of package, right? Now 13 lakhs of package means what? Average 1 lakh rupees per month will drop in your account. So monthly, how much is coming into your account? 1 lakh, 1 lakh, 1 lakh coming or not? So 1 lakh, 1 lakh, 1 lakh, 1 lakh, 1 lakh. Suddenly, one of your relative had a 50 lakhs of cash. So he said that, Rohit, I have a cash. Can I deposit the cash in your bank account to keep it safe? So I said, okay, because I'm unaware. So he deposited 50 lakh rupees in my. Suddenly, this is a line going on spike. How much money? Now bank, where I'm operating a bank account, they will prepare SAR report and STR report. Suspicious activity report, suspicious transaction report. And they will report it to the ED, Enforcement Directorate, which is Ministry of Finance ka one department. They will come to me and they will make a raid on my bank account and they will freeze my bank. This is what moral of the story. Never allow any outsider or stranger to keep the money in your. Banks are always watching you. Are you getting the point? They will report it to whom? ED, and you will be in the jail. Reason being very simple. Simple, government thinks that if you have a lot of cash, problem is not with holding a cash. Problem is you please tell me the source of this cash. If you are able to unexplain, so I will treat it as a criminal money. Which money? It is criminally earned by you, not officially earned by you, because you are not paying taxes. Am I correct? It's a which money? Criminal money. Maybe you are using this money for terrorist financing. Maybe you are using this money for what? Terrorist financing. You are financing the terrorism. Or maybe you are using this money for what? Narcotics, drugs, or maybe human trafficking. So that's the reason we have to be very good in AMLS. What do you mean by AMLS? anti-money laundering standards. Are you getting the point? We have to be very good. Don't worry, that is not in your portion. But we have money laundering act in our portion. You'll understand that. That the syllabus, what is in law is a no, law may you have only Prevention of Money Laundering Act, Mr. Akash. In the here we have Prevention of Money Laundering Act introduction only, and but we have all the aspects relating to auditing, not relating to law. I hope I made myself very clear. So yes, you have a hint of what do you say company law, but at the same point of time, we have to understand it from auditing point. Is it clear? Done. Okay. So, boss, this is what the portion in front of you going to give you what 100 marks. So 10 marks of portion. Don't worry, I have created some 300 pages of handwritten notes for you. So that is what only you have to do. Our track record is very good. Out of the last 12 attempts, I have generated more than 300 plus exams. The most of the students which I have generated the exemptions with, they got 70 plus, 80 plus. Last time we had 94 also in auditing. So auditing is a very scoring subject. Don't treat this auditing like your CMA inter audit. CMA final audit is far more scoring as compared to what? CMA inter audit. Because here everything runs with the logic. I will give you one standard 300, 400 pages of handwritten notes, including your all chapters, including your cost accounting standards, cost auditing and assurance standards, CAPs with practical. Everything is there. Along with that, two modules will be given to you, which is a nothing but a like I say module type only. That you need not worry, need not even open. Take those modules, keep it in the shelf and keep it there. Are you getting the point? Give it to someone else who is the needy person. But you need to concentrate only on those 350 to 350 to 400 pages of notes are there. So that is only, believe me, I can guarantee you 80 marks, 80 plus marks. And it will, this is the only subject in your group 4 which will help you in setting off your marks in other subjects as well as in the other group as well. So in the other subjects where somewhere you are weak, costing will make you, stronger in that. Minimum 65, 70 to kahi nahi gaye, sir. Definitely you can score. It's that easy, sir. I'll make it that easy for you. But I hope you understood the introduction. Everything went well. Communication is fine. Everything great, right or not? So in case you have any doubt relating to this particular thing, you can ask me right now. Otherwise, being a very first day, we'll wind up for the day, right? So this was all, everything you needed to know about the subject. So we have understood that there is a 50 marks of which concept? Costing concept. Then there is a 25 marks of management audit. Then there is a 15 marks of what? Internal audit. And then there is a 10 marks of, forensic and anti-money laundering. I hope everything went well. So thank you so much for lending your patient here. I'll borrow it again tomorrow. So tomorrow in the evening, we'll understand and we'll start with the very first chapter called what? Basics of cost audit. Along with that, I'll make you write some notes, right? Thank you so much. See you guys tomorrow, right? Bye everyone.